Hello, my name is Jason Predke, and today I want to talk about a topic that I find really important to me as of late, and had a really large interest in it. Not too long ago, I kind of thought to myself, hey, I used to play this one video game all the time on my Xbox, way back when I first got one. I want to play that again. So I dug through all my stuff, and I managed to find the copy of the game that I had. And as I opened the case, I saw, man, this thing's cracked all the way in half somehow. And I was bummed about it. So I looked up online about the game a little bit, and I saw, oh, they re released it on Xbox, and I can play it on the one that I had. And as I was sitting there re downloading it, I kind of thought to myself, man, if they didn't have this feature of backwards compatibility, let alone having it online for me to buy again, I wouldn't be able to experience this again. And it really got me thinking about media preservation. Now, media preservation is a very important topic that I don't think people talk about enough. Basically, lost media is media, be that a book, a movie, TV show, video game, any form of entertainment or even information that just we can't access right now. Be that because our technology is too advanced and not like backwards compatible, or we just can't find the footage itself. A prime example of lost media would be from the TV show Doctor Who. As throughout the show's history and all the years, we're missing over 100 episodes of the program. That's a lot of work that's just gone for the rest of time. And the main reason behind that was because the BBC didn't have media preservation in mind when making the show. They didn't have a lot of money, so what they would do was they would take the old reels of older episodes, wipe them clean, and then go right ahead and tape over it. That way they could still make money on new episodes while getting rid of the old ones. And in that time, yeah, that's a great idea. You're saving money, you're going ahead and continuing to make profit. But for us now, that's 100 episodes we will most likely never see again unless they somehow find backup tapes or anything. And that poses a really large problem. Well, what are some different forms of preservation that we can go ahead and work with? Well, the most popular as of right now is dumping whatever it is online. After all, anyone can access the internet at this point, and we can go ahead and put those on there. However, that kind of brings up a lot of legality issues right there. It teeters right there on the line of being illegal, as the companies most likely still have these different IPs, and they actively seek out to still profit off of them. And as a result, it can cause a lot of legal disputes when having these presented online in a format that anybody can access without having to pay money. Which it sucks because that's history being held back by money. But it is what it is. That's just the nature of media. So, what's the next best possible step? Well, re-releases, of course. This is something a lot of people already do, as if you know, Star Wars, Back to the Future, those classic movies have been re-released over and over and over again, multiple times throughout history, just to keep up with modern technology. After all, we don't want to lose these classic movies to time. So they upgrade them to like 4K, then 8K, so on and so forth, in order to keep up with the times. Only issue with that is, what about the more obscure media? I mean, the whole idea of re-releasing is to make more money still as a result, while still being able to access these forms of media. But who is going to pay money just to watch a old TV show that no one watched way back when now? It doesn't make sense to a lot of publishing companies, and I can understand that. But there's still that want to go back and watch these more obscure forms. So why should we care about them? Well, every single piece of media has a story behind that. Be that if it's a movie or TV show, there is an actual story in it. But I'm talking about the production. There was a lot of work that went into a lot of these different lost shows or video games that really still needs to be appreciated. And online, there is a massive community of just finding these lost tapes and movies and uploading it for everyone else to see. It's more of the story of the hunt and finding the actual product for other people to experience. Think of it as archaeology, but for lost media. It's a fascination that a lot of people have, and they want to go ahead and share that with the rest of the world. And if you think about it, imagine if we didn't have methods like re-releases. We'd be watching Back to the Future and Star Wars on VHS, hell, maybe even Laserdisc, okay? That ain't gonna work on my big flat screen TV right over there, okay? It just doesn't work, and we need to go ahead and continue to preserve this media. So what does the future look like right now? I mean, what is being done to preserve all these different shows and movies and such? Well, right now, the future seems to be subscription services. One of the best ones that I've seen preservation with is Disney Plus, surprisingly. See, with Disney, they've decided to go back and to reach into their vaults of just all the different movies and shows that they have over the years, and they've just been dumping it onto the platform. Old forms of media that we haven't had DVDs of or tapes of in years. We can watch it legally, we're paying for it, and yet we still get to experience what other people got to experience when the media first came out. And it's a really good thing that more streaming services need to do instead of just deleting it or giving it off to another publisher. And while I understand, you still need to make money, you need to have new shows and stuff, it's still good to have that media preserved in a way that'll be future-proofed. After all, I can see in the future there's going to be better TVs, there's going to be better computers. Well, they're going to be able to upgrade these different platforms in order to work with them and still have the libraries intact with them. By having all the media on these libraries, you can access them at any time. So, at this point, this is why I believe people should care about media preservation. There's a history behind everything, and it needs to be shared with everyone. Thank you.